Why'd you set up the break?
Because I can use you. This machine utilizes X-ray, ultraviolet, and alpha, beta, and omega rays.
This man is a killer.
Oh!
Mad with dreams of fantastic power.
We're conducting experiments requiring fissionable materials.
That's atom bomb stuff. The government has that locked up tighter than Fort Knox.
You'll work for us faithfully, or you'll be turned over to the authorities. I understand there's a reward of $5,000 on your head.
No money is safe. No man is safe. Nothing stops the amazing transparent man. Into army-guarded secret government vaults he goes, stealing confidential nuclear material, holding in his unseen hands the key to world power. But the amazing transparent man wants first vengeance.
If I choke you hard enough, you'll bring me back.
And now, stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of the Invisible Gorilla. Just imagine coconut pie every single day. It all began when Colonel Bleep discovered a secret way to make a powerful rocket fuel from coconut milk. And every nut the Colonel drained for milk also contained the makings for a scrumptious pie for Squeak and Scratch. Jug after jug of fresh coconut flight fuel now lined the shelves of Bleep's laboratory. And with 00 Island's big supply of coconuts, the Colonel was sure his space scooter squadron would never be grounded for lack of this super fuel. But unknown to Bleep, the wicked Dr. Destructo had somehow learned of the Colonel's discovery. Already, the evil doctor has thought up a plan for destroying every single coconut on the island. His secret weapon is Grizzo, the trained gorilla, the hungriest coconut-eating beast in the whole wide universe. For 7 days, Grizzo has not been fed, and for 7 days, the starving gorilla has dreamed of nothing but his favorite food, coconuts. Thousands and thousands of luscious, sweet coconuts.
Come, Grizzo. Are you hungry, Grizzo? Good boy, Grizzo. Today you will eat every juicy coconut on 00 Island. Do you understand, Grizzo? Good boy. But first, we must make you invisible. Aha, good. Now, off you go. And remember, eat every coconut on the island, Grizzo.
The next morning, there was serious trouble on Bleep's Island base. Poor Scratch had found only one coconut in the whole jungle. This meant an end to Bleep's rocket fuel discovery. And even worse, to Squeak and Scratch, it meant no more of those luscious coconut pies. With great care, Bleep drained each precious drop of milk from the last remaining coconut and quickly processed it into rocket fuel. With equal care, the puppet prepared their last coconut pie. But in a flash, the pie was gone, leaving a bewildered Scratch holding the empty plate. Sure that the caveman had greedily eaten the whole pie himself, the colonel ordered Scratch to sit in the corner and not move until the clock chimes 2. While the obedient Scratch sat perfectly still, serving out his punishment, Bleep and Squeak were unaware that an invisible gorilla was the real thief. Then Grizzo struck again. Still, the caveman sat in motionless silence, faithfully following Bleep's unfortunate command. Now, all this activity had given Grizzo a powerful appetite, and he sped off at once to Bleep's laboratory workshop, where he smelled the delicious aroma of coconut milk. At that very moment, Scratch's punishment ended, and the caveman arrived on the scene just in time to see the hungry Grizzo guzzle down jug after jug of Bleep's powerful bubbling rocket fuel. Scratch blinked in awe. So this was the culprit that caused all the trouble. Silently, the caveman strikes back. Sending Grizzo and his explosive payload straight as a flaming arrow back to his wicked master. Yes, Scratch has saved the day. So, for faithful obedience and heroic service, Bleep promised him a reward. And what prize do you think the caveman chose? Why, a delicious coconut pie, of course.
It's the night of the senior prom, and everybody is there, even Carrie White. The girl no one likes, and everyone makes fun of. The girl who lives in that creepy house with her cruel mother. The girl with the strange power. But tonight, no one will laugh at Carrie. She'll be voted queen of the prom. For Carrie, it will be a dream come true. For everyone else, it will be a nightmare. Carrie, a new film by Brian De Palma, starring Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and John Travolta in his first motion picture role. If you have a taste for terror, you have a date with Carrie. Rated R.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everybody.
How we doing tonight, Evan?
We are good. I'm grinning from ear to ear over here. Did you see that intro, everybody?
Yeah, did you like the new and
love
improved
that
intro? Yeah, I mean, now that we got the new logo, I was like, okay, we got some updating to do, and so we're stoked about it tonight.
You know what would have gone great with that intro? Almond Joys.
Almond Joy. Well, for some people, Evan and I were
Almond
just
Joys
debating,
all around.
We were just debating about Almond Joys coming in. As some of you know, I'm a very picky person, so.
Yeah, Garrett's not on the coconut wagon.
No, coconut's not my favorite thing. So
love it.
maybe no.
That would have been that gorilla. That's my favorite food. Is just thousands of coconuts. Isn't that what they said?
Thousands of coconuts. Jeez Louise. Okay, well that's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. Gonna have to be a pallet of coconuts. A few pallets, I think. Yeah. So welcome everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday evening. You made it. It's here. Friday's here.
Hope everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Big weather happening today.
Yeah, if you're not on the eastern seaboard, you may not have seen, we're dealing with some weather here, and it's pretty crazy, I'm not
got a hurricane up in here.
A hurricane,
and
that's
not
right.
not the fun kind in the curvy glass.
No, like the serious kind. Thank you, Alana. I was thinking maybe the piano was a little too loud. The Streamlabs music was a thing that I was like, okay, I gotta play with this. Still, obviously, trying to play with the chat at the bottom of the screen. But
We'll tell the pianist to keep it down. Hey, maestro.
Maestro, you're too loud. You gotta turn it down. Yeah, he's that guy. He doesn't get paid enough. I think he's just playing with us on purpose. I think it's got something to do with it.
My favorite episode of the Tonight Colbert, whatever his show is the one where the live band is just playing just a little bit too loud. Like they're kind of playing over him a little bit.
Yeah, don't you love that when in the late night shows when it's just they're competing with each other, the band and the host?
I mean, you can have a great bit. I love it when Colbert goes, "Hey, can you guys turn it down?" And they just keep playing louder.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you think you're better than us? You think just because you get paid the big bucks that what we do is inferior to what you do?" I can't imagine the drama that goes on behind the scenes of a late night show. Luckily, we don't have too much drama here. Evan and I both looked at each other like, do we have drama? Scream right now.
Yeah.
As far as I know, we're drama free. But we have fun. Again, that's what this show's all about. Having fun.
Yep, that's right. I am breaking out it's officially autumn. So happy equinox, everybody.
Evan's breaking out the flannel. That's it is. It's
the season.
It is the season. It really is. I mean,
I've been trying to get into it's fall.
It's fall, y'all. It's here.
Halloween it's on our doorstep.
Spooky season has we're easing into it. Fall has started though officially. We're definitely in fall, but spooky season we're at the beginning of it, right?
I think so. Yeah, I've been watching some spooky stuff. Trying to get into the spirit.
Okay, there you go. That's what we like to see. I mean, I'm literally always watching spooky shit.
It's literally just it's no joke. It is Halloween 24/7 in this household.
Pretty much. I just that ever since they created that 24-hour Pluto TV Universal Monsters channel, if I'm bored, I don't know what to put on, I'll just put that on. So that's my go-to. But yeah, so we're it's fall, so I hope everybody's settling in, getting ready for the season and celebrating accordingly. Of course, we are getting things kicked off here with a little bit of a paranormal Friday. I think that's a good way to kind of start getting into spooky season, right? What better way than a paranormal film? And so although the title may not give that away right away, but tonight we are watching The Astral Factor, which sounds a little more sci-fi, doesn't it?
It really does. It kind of rolls off the tongue. Astral Factor.
The Astral Factor. It sounds more like one of those like conspiracy thrillers from like
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah, I hope you guys are ready for like a high-speed car chase, some
Yeah.
spy action.
Definitely some explosions,
Something
maybe
to
a
do with
couple
an airport.
explosions. Yeah, I think so. The Astral Factor, but I guess the astral here is specifically referring to astral projection.
Ooh,
So that's a
okay.
fun little.
No
We
one
don't see
ever
that.
considers the Astral Factor.
No, that's the thing. It's you can do a lot if you've got the astral factor. Although when I first heard the astral factor, sounds like some kind of like cosmic beauty competition or something.
Right?
Right?
Yeah,
The
like
astral
this is
factor.
like
You have the astral factor.
Are you guys ready to watch some public domain reality TV?
Yeah, that's
Tonight
what we
on
got.
Astral Factor.
See, well, Evan, it's funny that you say that because we do have a movie full of television actors tonight.
Oh, great.
No, I don't know. Maybe that's denigrating to call them television actors.
Do we have John Travolta?
We don't have John Travolta, although as you can see at this time, he was just taking his first baby steps into film.
His first
he was
baby steps into bloody movies.
He was a TV mainstay for sure. So we don't have John Tra, but we still have some faces that'll probably be familiar to our audience. Maybe some faces that are familiar to us. You may not remember right off the top of your head, but I'll refresh you on at least one face. I know for sure. There's one actress in this movie that we've seen previously, and some I know that at least one I know we'll see later in a later film.
Are we keeping this a surprise?
Yeah, we'll save those facts, because this is a long movie. It's one of our later movies. It's from '78.
Yeah, pretty late.
And so it's
for this
later.
show.
So it's got a longer run time. So we've got to keep the show moving along, and of course, how can we do that? Of course, we've got to go to the next segment, which is, of course, when Evan brings us a delicious cocktail to pair with the evening's film in a little segment, which he calls...
What were you drinking?
Whoa, what are we... That was the one thing I forgot to do today, was to reframe this. What are we drinking tonight, Evan?
Well, so tonight we're watching the Astral Factor. Do we say the alternate title?
Oh no, which I meant to say, the alternate title is Invisible Strangler, which kind of tells you the whole.
It seems like from what I know about this movie, a more apt title,
right,
or descriptive title at least.
Right.
You kind of know what you're gonna get from the Invisible Strangler. But tonight we're gonna be drinking the Visible Rattler.
Ooh.
So that's what we've got. We're going out of summer, and I thought, what better way to send off the summer than with a summer drink? But we're gonna put an autumn twist on it. We've got some fall flavors in store. So, Garrett, have you ever had a Rattler?
I have not. This is the first time I've ever even heard of a Rattler. Actually.
Yeah, so it's more of a thing in Europe. I think it's Rattler. I think it's German for cyclist or something.
Oh, okay.
But it's about half and half beer and something else. Fruit juice, soda, something like that.
Something like that. Something like that.
Something like that. So, you can do this in probably a million different ways. But I thought what we would do is cook up some fall flavors with pumpkin ale, apple juice, and then a little bit of pumpkin spice.
Okay, very nice. Mixing it up.
We're gonna. I didn't want to pre-mix this because I thought that they would be best just right fresh.
Right.
Just a sec.
Okay, this is exciting. I'm glad. Hey, keep it fresh. That's the way That's the way it should be, nice and fresh. We're excited. This is, again, it's been a while since we've had like a beer cocktail, right? It's been a minute.
It has, it's and I kind of like a beer cocktail. It's usually something that's a little lighter.
Right.
A little more easy.
Oh, for sure.
Finishing touches over here in the kitchen.
The finishing touches. Hell yes, very excited for this. And it's, a little, the fall it's a very like cosmic time, right? And so I think this is a fall beverage. It kind of fits with that cosmic kind of mood, that cosmic feeling. Ooh, okay, look at this. Oh, let me get over here to you. Thank you, sir. Ooh, oh my God, you filled it to the brim.
Yeah, it's full. It's
he
a full
filled it
one.
to the brim. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, what? Has this been on here the whole time? No. No. All right, well.
All right, so we're going to give this a try. This is the Visible Radler Autumn Radler.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's delicious. It's
Good.
very good.
It's pretty good. Very, very easy drink. Very smooth.
Don't you love cinnamon?
I do. Yeah.
I mean, I do. I don't mean that sarcastically, but it is funny, like you first you're hit with the taste and everything, and then you feel the grit of the cinnamon. And you're like, whoa, okay. But I mean, I love cinnamon. I'm all about it. And the pumpkin was the thing that hit right away there. Pumpkin was the very first thing.
I'm really loving the pumpkin ale. It's I other than watch scary movies, like what other like fall stuff do you do? Because I don't feel like I do a whole lot, but get pumpkin stuff is definitely on that list. I had some pumpkin pie last week. It was delicious. It was amazing.
It's the time. Now it's definitely the time for some pumpkin pie, right? I mean, come on.
That's right. We forgot to do the.
Oh, dang. Well, we'll have plenty of other opportunities. Don't worry. We're not. We've got plenty of time. We've got this whole movie, and hopefully that'll give me some more time to figure out the chat. I think I know what's wrong with the chat. I think I deleted something from the code, and so now it's wonky. So I have to just go find one of the old codes and then put in the old codes. Don't even worry about it. I'll get it figured out. But yeah, so this cocktail is going to be delicious. Excited to pair this Radler with the Strangler, which, again, how this movie ended up with the alternate title, Invisible Strangler, is a whole story in and of it. This movie has very complicated production and release history, which we'll get into tonight. It's very, there's 3 directors that were involved, but there's no director listed on the credits. So today it was trying to figure out who did what when, and there's basically 2 different versions of this movie. There's the Astral Factor cut, which is the original 1978 cut, and then there's Invisible Strangler, which is an 84 alternate. You can't even call it a re-edit because there's reshot and alternate shot footage. It's a totally kind of different movie almost.
Okay.
So
wait, which version are we watching?
So we're watching it's weird because it says the Astral Factor.
Okay, so that's the original.
as far as I know, but it's got this really like cheesy sounding soundtrack on it. It sounds like a little too 80s for my comfort. I'm like, you're telling me this is the original version, but this synth is just a little too cheesy. So, but you guys will be the judge. Evan, you tell me. So I don't know if we're watching a weird hodgepodge. I don't know if that's just what's out there. But as far as I know, this is the Astral Factor cut.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of a more obscure movie, right?
Yeah, this really is. This is not one that you hear very much about. And it's not really one that I was familiar with. I haven't ever seen this before. So, I always love whenever we get a movie that is new to me, because a lot of these are not. A lot of them I've seen before, which is always good, but I like to get something fresh. And anytime it's a newer movie, I know everybody loves their color and, more familiar actors who aren't all dead yet. So that's what we're bringing to you tonight with the Astral Factor. So, anything before we get into it tonight, Evan?
So this has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, but so this week I got they make frosted bran flakes now.
Oh,
and
okay.
I love bran flakes.
Yeah, the man loves his bran flakes. Let it be known.
But I got home and I wasn't really paying much attention to the box, and there's no raisins in it. It's just flakes.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
you accidentally picked up a box with just the flakes?
It's frosted bran, which I assumed came with raisins. There's no raisins in it.
Oh,
so now I got to go back to the store to get like a little box of raisins.
Oh, you hate to see it. I mean, no, you know what? This is an important issue, and I'm glad you brought it up, because how many times can we all relate to going into the grocery store? You've got, before you go in there, you've got your game plan, you know what you need, you got your mindset, you're excited, and then you walk out.
Yeah, I've never had buyer's remorse buying cereal before.
Yeah, is that a first?
I think so.
Yeah, I would be super disappointed expecting the raisins and then getting no raisins.
My favorite part. I thought it was just going to be raisin bran, but like a little extra sugar,
But no.
Frost the flakes. Nothing.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Well, yeah, important issues that we're talking about here on the Scream Stream tonight. You gotta love it. Yeah, I gotta love it. Well, on
General Mills, if you're listening, or Kellogg's or whoever it is.
Yeah, we just put raisins in everything. Just go ahead and put them that way. But you know what? Put a little package of raisins, right? Like a little Ziploc baggie.
Yeah. Get raisins. In with the California guys. Who's buying those little red boxes?
That's what I'm saying. They got to be somebody's got to be sitting on a stockpile of raisins.
There's got to be warehouses full of raisins.
I think so. So that's
a good enough raisin for me.
There it is. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of the Astral Factor, aka Invisible Strangler, right now. Don't you love? We're getting right into it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that did not take long. We are astral projected.
Damn. Hold on, did I see that right?
These bars can't hold me.
What are you looking at?
You. Hey, what you been doing, man? It looked like you're...
Never mind what it looked like because you didn't see anything, understand?
You don't tell me what I did and didn't see. I said it looked...
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Those are some mighty big words for such a little boy. In fact, you best to be careful these next couple days, because you're probably gonna fall down. Have an accident.
Yeah, you better be careful wearing your astral projector.
Oh my god, he's gonna get suffocated by his own bed. That's amazing.
Wow.
I love the eyes.
Yeah, he's got the magic eyes.
Ah.
Can't stand for it. Sorry, man, whatever I did to upset you, man. I'm sorry.
Shut up, Miller. You say one word about this, one word, and I'll kill you. You understand me? You understand me, Miller?
Okay, man, okay. Anything you say, man. Anything. Sorry.
Not the box. Mark Harmon. No, that's not Mark.
I'm out of here.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Okay, Miller. That's it. I've had it with you. You're going into isolation for the next 2 weeks. Sands? Sands, where the hell are you?
Sands?
Okay, what's going on here, Miller?
Gary Busey.
Help! Reardon! Get your butt down here!
Uh-oh, look out! The camera's coming right for you. Didn't even see it. Again, if you're a visible man, you just walk right through. Walk right out.
Roger?
Hello, Mother.
What are you doing here?
I came back.
Why aren't you at school?
I came back to see you.
Roger, you can't be seen here. I'm throwing a very important party and
No one must know you have a son. Well, that's why I'm here, Mother. I'm sick of having to hide.
Roger.
I want people to know who I am.
No.
And I am your son.
Please.
That you are my mother.
I can't.
You are my mother!
Roger, stop it! Stop it, Roger!
Hey, what the hell are you doing here?
What?
I said, what the hell are you doing
What the
here?
hell are you doing
I'm
here?
not doing anything here.
Oh, yeah, you vandals are all the same. I know your type.
He really
I'll
has his
see what
gun
I'll do.
pulled out.
I'm going to get the police up here. I'll get the police up here. How did you? No.
What?
I tell you, well, I don't know who you are.
Whoa.
Get away.
This is what happens when that kid from the Twilight Zone grows up.
Yeah. God, that little bastard. That little shit. Hate that kid.
Alright, where's the cornfield?
I love it. I love this dreamy opening.
I feel like we should be panning over a bridge. City skyline.
Dee-dee-dee. I love just the
smooth.
Bling! I love that.
I feel like I'm walking down a rainy street, like in a trench coat.
Hell yeah. Smooth, for sure.
Extended credits.
Yeah, they're really taking their time with it. You gotta love.
Yeah,
They just don't even spend time these days on the credits. You know.
It's not in any hurry.
God, you really gotta be that in a hurry. Did all cars just sound like that?
So is he turning invisible? Is that what he's doing here, or is he?
That's a good question. Again, the whole like astral projecting thing. Maybe that's. Maybe he doesn't need to even be there.
If he's supposed to just be like an invisible man, it almost seems a little counterintuitive that he glows bright blue before he turns invisible. It's a little conspicuous.
Yeah, yes, Uncle Steve. I would say that's how the opening credits definitely. You wouldn't have. The first 5 minutes of the movie could have gone anywhere. After that, but we've got the Invisible Strangler. I guess he's gonna do.
He's gonna strangle somebody.
He's gonna do exactly what you expect him to do.
So he's telekinetic.
Yes.
So is he gonna actually strangle somebody, or is he just gonna like force choke somebody like Darth Vader?
I don't know. I mean, either way.
This is post Star Wars, right?
Yes. It's complicated production history. We'll get into it at the first break. I'm saving it. I've got the facts. But we're digest the first part of the movie here. Yeah, see, that's the thing about invisible men gags. It's like they've been done to death. They've been hit over the nail has been hit over the head a billion times. That dead horse has been beaten again and again. That's what I'm saying, Alana. It's very Star Trek. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the big moment.
It's gotta be wild as an actress to like pretend to be invisibly strangled. Oh, hell yeah. Sign me up for whatever they're watching. He's doing what we're doing.
Don't you ever give up?
Lieutenant Barrett.
How'd you expect?
This is Davis. I'm sorry to disturb you, Lieutenant.
So why did you?
We have a 187.
Well, why call me?
Captain Wells wants you in on it. That's all I know.
Tell Captain Wells to shove it.
I'm telling myself, Barrett, just as soon as you get your ass in high gear.
Okay.
And pick up Holt on the way.
Come on.
Captain Wells is also an interesting actor. I'll say, should I save it? Should I tell you? You wouldn't know his face, but his voice is very familiar.
Let me hear.
We'll give him more time. I'll just say, be on the listen to
his voice.
To to his Captain Wells' voice.
Ta-da! You said this was your day off.
It was.
You haven't even had your dessert yet. I'll save it for you.
No, Alana, I don't think... Oh, wait, was he? I don't think so. No, I think that was... I don't think that was him.
No.
Hmm? I thought you said you threw those old shoes out.
I lied.
Candy just wants you to look neat, that's all.
Candy.
In the middle of the night, Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Candy the cop's wife.
You want me to wait up for you, Teddy Bear? No. Okay for you.
What does that mean?
Later.
Have a nice time.
Kill you later.
This cop's gonna get killed somebody.
Brutal.
Sheesh.
Goodness.
Apparently strangulation, Lieutenant. Her larynx appeared to be totally crushed. No doubt by a pair of large and extremely strong hands. But don't call me on that until after the autopsy.
Okay, Jim, give me a report as soon as possible.
All right.
Don't forget that telephone.
This killer had some beautiful hands.
Exquisite work. Just exquisite.
It's just like the front door. Everything in this place is locked on the inside. It's really funny.
What's funny, Sergeant?
Well, I mean, with all the windows and the doors locked from the inside. Now, Lieutenant, will you tell me how the guy got out of here?
You tell me.
No, I asked you. You tell me how he got it.
Boyfriend?
Oh, yeah. He's a little shook up, but I think he's in the clear.
It's like we're looking at a Dracula. Slipped in through a seam in the wall.
Kevin Kingley was supposed to pick up the girl at 9 o'clock. She didn't answer the door. Her car was still in the garage. She didn't answer the phone when he called from the manager's office. He went up there and kicked in the door. He found the girl dead in the bathtub. Then he called the police. The phone in the den. Is that all right with you, Lieutenant Barrett, sir?
Was the manager with him when he busted in?
I forgot to ask.
Ask.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But I'm the one in the suit. I should be giving the orders here.
procedure.
Procedure.
Hey, Lieutenant, she was with him when he broke in.
You a married man, Mr. Kingsley?
I don't think I have to answer that question.
What?
Listen, Lieutenant,
It's none of your business.
I'm not trying to be evasive. I'd like to avoid an
Are you
ugly
sure?
scandal if possible.
It's already ugly. And I can make it a hell of a lot worse.
I've been seeing Mr. Long about 6 months. But I assure you, there's never been the slightest complications. Arguments, threats, marriage. None of those things.
She ever mention anyone giving her a bad time?
You mean, did men make advances to her? I suppose every man she encountered would like to have taken her out.
You know what I mean, Mr. Kingsley. Crazies, freaks.
She used to get obscene telephone calls from someone. But that stopped when she had her number changed and unlisted. Phone freak.
Mr. Kingsley, you can go. Don't get lost. I may need to talk to you again.
This is a left thumbprint we took from the bathroom doorknob. This is one from the bedroom telephone. They're identical.
Okay.
And this is Roger Sands' left thumbprint. They're identical, Lieutenant. Roger Sands was definitely in Darlene DeLong's apartment.
He also, the guy playing the Strangler, got a little more notice for being in a popular comedy film in the 80s, and it's not as popular as sequel.
Convicted for counts of first-degree murder.
I'll tell you that.
Sentenced to life imprisonment in the North State Institution for the criminally insane.
I studied this case in college. I called it the Celebrity Strangler. His victims were all well-known, actresses, foxes, the models, that type. In fact, his first victim was his own mother. That glamour girl of the 50s, Carlotta Sands.
Now I know why I asked the captain to put you on this case, Holt.
Darlene DeLong was a key witness at the Sands trial. You'd made an attempt on her life. There are two others that we know of. It's all here in this file. Now, both of these young women came dangerously close to losing their lives. Roxanne Raymond, a professional dancer, and Christina Hartman, that year's Miss Galaxy. Sands actually got his hands on her.
So I'll go ahead and tell you, it may not sound familiar now, but if you said the word Joel,
well, that confirms it,
then
Barrett.
you'd
Sands
realize
was
that
killed
he
48 hours
is
ago.
a trailer narrator for a lot of 70s movies, and most
Well,
notably
try
the
that
Jaws
again. Let
trailer.
this one out.
Where
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
you
Escaped
know,
under mysterious
says the word.
circumstances.
Yeah, he says Jaws, like Jaws. Percy Rodriguez is his name.
How's it going, Sloan?
No sweat so far.
What you got out there?
Sergeant Archer. And Kovacs is out on the beachfront. I think we got the place pretty well covered, Lieutenant.
You better know it's covered.
Okay, I do know. I'm the one that told you.
Who's there, please?
Lieutenant Barrett, I have an appointment with Mrs. Hartman.
Oh, yes. She's expecting you. She's beside the swimming pool at the back of the house.
What is it with the grizzled detective trope? Why is every detective act like they've got a chip on their shoulder? Is it just because they have to see horrible things all day? Is it just inherent to the job and the character?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like as soon as they get out of that uniform.
Why do they just have a parrot out here?
Are you my daddy?
Got a pirate parrot.
Ugly. Got him.
Mrs. Hartman? Mrs. Hartman, Lieutenant Barrett, I believe you got a call from my office.
Mrs. Hartman.
Would you please tell me why those men are spying on me? It's David, isn't it? Playing one of his stupid little games again.
David, your husband?
Yes, my goddamned husband. Hey, say, you don't look like a detective.
Your husband has nothing to do with this, Mrs. Hartman. You remember a man named Roger Sands? The night before last, he killed a girl named Darlene DeLong.
Oh, my God. Oh, my dear God, that poor girl. He's out of prison.
We have 4 men on duty around the clock.
So the actress who played Darlene, the character who got killed, we saw she's been in a movie.
She was a dancer, Roxanne.
End of the World.
Roxanne Raymond. We're trying to locate her now.
One with Christopher Lee as an alien priest for like 5 minutes, and the rest was just this couple like running around doing nothing. She was the wife.
It's a little early in the day for me.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have another one. You just took the edge off this one.
And this actress here, Elke Sommer, was best known for her role in the Inspector Clouseau movie A Shot in the Dark with Peter Sellers. I like that fit.
Try Chris. My husband? I don't know. I never know half the time. In Europe someplace, France or Spain.
I like that bar, too.
You see, David's a
bar.
habitual globetrotter. He collects visas like some men collect stamps.
Good beauty. You live here all alone?
Yeah, except for my housekeeper. It's a real drag, you know.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I did love it at first.
Yeah, I hate my housekeeper.
David and I spent much more time together then. Had lots of parties and friends. Took me with him everywhere. We traveled to Europe, met lots of important, famous people like dukes and princesses and ambassadors and even the Queen.
Sounds like you had it all.
Yeah, I guess I have. But I don't anymore. David now treats me like I'm just another trophy in his collection. And you know what happens to yesterday's trophies, Lieutenant? They get dusty.
You still in love with him?
I guess so. I think so. I don't know. Hello. Hold on.
Barrett here.
Hey, Lieutenant. Finally located Roxanne Raymond. She's rehearsing her new show at the West Valley Theater. Wow, is it a wild number? You should... We're searching the place now.
Okay, you stay on top of it until I get there.
Right. Lieutenant! Hey, Lieutenant. Hey, look, how you doing with Miss Galaxy? I hear she's really... Huh?
Buddy, you finally got something right.
Roxanne Raymond's okay.
Oh, that is great.
Okay, now you take care of yourself.
Lieutenant, can't you stay a while? I mean, I could make us a nice seafood salad with a real special
sauce. Come on, Lieutenant. Huh? You're a married man.
Mrs. Hartman.
Yeah?
Watch out for your friend here.
Oh.
Jesus.
Up, down, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, darlings, let's try it again. And right this time. Take it from the top.
Who knew we were gonna get some classic late 70s dance choreography going?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We got some Bob Fosse action going on.
7, 8, 6, 2,
We better see some jazz
4,
hands.
5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And lights, and first act curtain, and that's it, kids. Take a break.
Oh, he's sitting right there.
And Roxanne, darling, please, please, please try to pick up your cues. You know we open in 3 days.
Roxanne, what's the matter?
I don't know. I suddenly got goosebumps.
Tell me, Doctor, did Sands ever discuss any of his victims with you?
Yes, quite freely on occasion. In one way or another, each of these young women reminds him of his mother. They were all cover girls, you know, Celebrity magazine. In his mind, each time he kills, he actually believes he is killing her all over again. I'm afraid unless Roger Sands is stopped, he will be compelled to continue killing every woman who reminds him of his mother.
Psycho rules here.
I believe he's read every book in the
Regular Norman
library.
Bates on her, an invisible
Sands is
Norman
well
Bates on her
educated,
hands.
You know,
If we don't
actually
stop
brilliant
this
in some
man,
ways.
he'll kill
It's not
every
unusual
mother in the
cases of
world.
homicidal schizophrenia.
Did he ever mention any friends? Did he write letters to anybody?
No, Roger Sands lived within himself. That's a basic symptom of his psychosis. His mother, not wanting known that she had a child, prevented him from developing any friendships.
That didn't help us a whole lot.
Does Sands have any interests, sports, automobiles, political organizations, anything at all?
Yes, psychic phenomena. It was his major preoccupation.
Any hobbies? Yeah,
Obsession, I
psychic
should say.
phenomena.
Are you suggesting that's how he escaped?
I'm simply suggesting that Roger Sands was experimenting with ESP. For instance, I once found him in a
He was
total
on
cataleptic
drugs?
state. He was lying on the floor of his cell, as rigid as this desk. We at first thought he was dead, but the medical staff detected a heartbeat. After about 20 minutes, he came out of it.
I don't see how that's going to help us find the bastard.
The ESP Research Institute seems to think it might. They've had a team of parapsychologists studying the case since it reached us. You've no doubt heard of Darwin Van Cott?
Psychometrist,
Yes. Well, he and Dr. Ulmer, the head parapsychologist from the
Psychometrist?
Institute,
Is that real?
spent considerable time in the subject's cell, where Van Cott could be in physical contact with the object used by Roger Sands. I taped the session. Would you care to hear it?
Yes, please.
Yes, Dr. Ulmer. I seriously believe this Roger Sands could be here in this room with us, and we would be unable to see him.
Dr. Jacobs, could you play that again?
Certainly.
Yes, Dr. Ulmer. I seriously believe this Roger Sands could be here in this room with us, and we would be unable to see him.
And that is going to take us to our first break. So we're a third of the way through the Astral Factor. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
I'm thinking you never really know if there's an invisible man in the room with you.
You don't, right? He could be here right now.
Anytime you hear noise in the night,
you wonder, could
rustling,
it be?
Could it be
the invisible man?
You'll never know.
No, I guess we weren't meant to know. I think that's and what's funny here is the way they're bending the rules, because a lot of the times it's invisible men don't work this way, right? This
is a little bit more than your run-of-the-mill invisible man.
Right. Yeah, and I think we'll go more into that later, because during the second break, we'll talk a little more about how kind of, just Invisible Man movies in general.
Yeah, this almost just seems like more of like this is like a wizard movie.
Oh yeah,
This guy's he's like he's got magic powers. You can't stop him.
I mean, essentially, you're right. He is kind of a wizard. Like, he does. It is just, we don't get a lot of the times on this show, like, people with, like, actual magic powers who are able to, like, just kill their enemies and do, very rarely do we actually.
What are they going to do?
Right. I mean, nothing. I mean, that's usually the thing is it's kind of crazy with especially these 70s movies, kind of how you expect a certain level of quality, right? But I will say that just in the first third of this movie, it's just definitely giving me like very much B movie vibes, right?
Yeah.
Like 100% just very.
Yeah, some of the acting, some of the like cutting.
Yeah.
I'm not having a bad time. Like, I'm
No,
enjoying
it's enjoyable. I'm in, like, that's the thing. It's you can tell it's a competently made film, right?
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Yeah, Evan, you hit the nail on the head. No, but you're right. It is not like, it's not anything amazing, but it's not, totally inept like some of the movies we normally watch during our summer of schlock,
Right.
But it's definitely like, I don't know. It's for a longer movie especially, they're taking the time to like, build everything, but it's all very, they're not doing anything crazy here. It's all pretty standard.
We've got a what do you call it? What do you call it when somebody's obsessed with their mother?
I don't know when they kill their mother. I know that's matricide. I know that.
Oedipus.
He's got an Oedipal complex.
Yeah.
That's what okay. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
This guy psychically strangled his father, and then he wants to psychically be with his mother.
Right.
I think Sigmund Freud said that.
Can we quote? Is that a direct quote? Is it? I think. Yeah, I think so. I'm not read up on my Freud. I don't know. Not very educated when it comes to Freud, unfortunately. But yeah, we I mean, again, I think that we can tell there's obviously a little bit more of a polish going on here than what we would normally see. And that's because the people involved with this movie, at least the very first iteration of this movie, which is the Astral Factor, they were people that had been in the film business for like 20 years at this point. So it wasn't, we get some movies on this show where people are just like coming out of the woodwork, like, I want to make a movie. And then they just, they just make a movie. But here it was a case of these people who'd been in the industry a long time. They had a fair number of movies under their belt. The original director, Arthur C. Pierce, did a few, like, he was actually mostly a writer. He also co-wrote tonight's film, but he did a lot of science fiction films, action films, thriller films. He was, pretty much a sci-fi writer was kind of like where he did most of his work. And so he did things like, his very first movie was The Cosmic Man, which starred John Carradine. And I meant to get the trailer for that one. I didn't get the trailer for the Cosmic Man. But the Cosmic Man, I should have looked up because I want to look up the plot, see is, because we're dealing with cosmic, is it that one might be more alien based though. But he also did uncredited Navy versus the Night Monsters, which was also co-directed by John Hall, who we saw in Beach Girls and the Monster. He was the monster ultimately. That was the only other movie. The two movies that he was like involved with production wise were sea monster movies, Beach Girls and the Monsters, and the Navy versus the Night Monsters. So it's weird enough. But Arthur Pierce, he actually, one of his earliest jobs was working with Edgar G. Ulmer, who is a director we've talked about on this show before because we've seen his film Bluebeard, which, do you remember Blue? Yeah. Edgar G. Ulmer was one of those German directors who kind of came up in the German expressionist times, and so learned a lot from that. And then Black Cat was his. We watched the Black Cat, right? Mm-hmm. That was his big American movie. Then he got blackballed by the studios. But Arthur Pierce wrote one of Ulmer's last films, Beyond the Time Barrier, which may be public domain. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Evan's. Speaking of the Black Cat, Evan just pulled it from the shelf right there.
Right here on the shelf.
So Edgar Ulmer. So tonight's director learned from Edgar Ulmer, I think, to some degree. I mean, at least getting that opportunity to work with Ulmer. I think it's interesting because one of the trailers we saw in our pre-roll tonight was for the Ulmer film, The Amazing Transparent Man, which the plot of that seems kind of... It's not about a killer with powers, but it is about an invisible killer, right? It's more sci-fi. It's like science related. But I still think it's interesting that Ulmer had a film, which that was shot back to the back with the film that he collaborated with Arthur Pierce on. So maybe Arthur Pierce was a little inspired. They've mentioned the character's name once already, but apparently there's a Dr. Ulmer in this film. So is Dr. Ulmer an homage to Edgar Ulmer? Who knows? I don't know. But that was an interesting thing about Arthur Pierce. And other tidbit, this was, and a lot of the people involved, this was like their last movie. So you gotta, it's a good movie when a lot of people are like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. So this was his last movie. One of the only other projects he did after this was some episodes of The Next Step Beyond, which was the 70s reboot of One Step Beyond, which was
The Next Step Beyond.
You know who hosted Next Step Beyond?
Who?
The same host as the original, Mr. John Newland.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So Arthur Pierce had, he had that film in the 50s, the Beyond the Time Barrier, which is the first trailer we'll see. Second trailer is for he did a lot of sci-fi films in the 60s with the producer of tonight's film. Not a lot, but 3. So that's, the Human Duplicators, I think, was one they did. Also Dimension 5. They did a lot of sci-fi, spy, thriller type of things that usually involved time travel or invisibility, right? That was kind of their go-to. But that's what I'm saying. The filmmakers involved in this were sci-fi guys. So it's funny that tonight's story actually kind of moves away from sci-fi and has a little bit more of paranormal's the word I'm looking for. I don't use that word very often. I always want to say supernatural or I say paranormal, but I think there's a difference here. So this is, a paranormal film, to be sure.
He's got those ESPs.
So the second trailer we're going to see is for another film that Pierce did, one of his 60s films, entitled Oh no, the Human Duplicators is the trailer we're gonna see. The other movie they did together, the producer and director of this was what did they do? Oh, The Destructors. They did like in 1966. They had like 3 movies come out basically. Cyborg 2087, Dimension 5, and The Destructors. So don't you love that? Doesn't that just a great like run of sci-fi movies?
Oh, absolutely.
And then
completely sci-fi.
And then they didn't do anything for 10 years.
Oh wow.
And then they made tonight's movie. But you'll notice I said 10 years. So they started the production of tonight's movie in 1976.
Oh.
So how did it get released and so we'll get into that. That's what I'm saying. The production history is complicated, but we'll get into that after the break. We'll talk more about some of the actors involved and all that. So we're gonna get these trailers for Beyond the Time Barrier and the Human Duplicators, and then when we come back, we will get into the exciting middle of the I almost said the Invisible Strangler, the Astral Factors. Stick around. We'll be right back. Oh no!
A crack Air Force test pilot flies the world's newest experimental plane faster than sound. Faster than time itself. Beyond the time barrier.
Hello, Allison. This is Martin. Do you read me, kid?
Come in, Sands Control. Position 18, speed 10,000 plus. Position 20, airspeed increasing. I think something's wrong.
64 years into the terrifying future. A beautiful, horrible cave world you've never dreamed of. A beautiful girl and love. Mankind was made sterile in a great cosmic plague. A new Adam and Eve are the only male and female left to repopulate the world.
I value my freedom more than this.
So you'll attempt this escape even though we'll try and stop you?
Yes.
The jealousy of a she-devil frees the bloodthirsty killer slaves.
Follow me, soldiers of revenge. I'll lead you to the captain, to food, to freedom.
The last survivors of the human race are doomed to murder in a killer orgy by vicious subhuman mutants. Will you die 64 years from today? We challenge you to see the most terrifying picture ever made. See the picture of your life or death.
The Human Duplicators.
A fiendish conspiracy by the masters of the galaxy to invade our planet with human-like robots programmed to kill.
Yes, Mr. Martin, androids. Superhuman robots.
You tremble in horror as this android scientist creates electronic brains, and with his monster machine, duplicates live human bodies.
Do you have any human emotion?
Ardent lovers become mortal enemies when one is duplicated and ordered to hate, to murder. Beware, the person next to you may be a deadly android, a member of the frightening society of robots, geared to destroy you.
Are you an android?
Beware of these cruel, heartless machines they call androids. You'll freeze with fear as you enter the cold world of the living dead, where terror dwells and horror waits for you. The Human Duplicators.
And we are back. So yeah, do you like that little bumper that I've added? Isn't that a nice little
going back to the grave?
Yeah, like you like that little purple graveyard. Yeah, pretty good stuff. So those are trailers for Beyond the Time Barrier, and The Human Duplicators, which, as you can tell, very, very cheesy sci-fi. And Wayne owns a copy of both of those movies. So look at that, Wayne. See, Wayne's probably got a good collection. I don't. My collection is very, it's after a certain point, it's pretty limited. You can already see, as you've seen behind Evan's already shown you some of the mini. I have a bunch of VHSs, which is unfortunate because I no longer have a working VHS player. So I haven't watched those in God knows when, and so who knows?
Does anybody in the audience have a working VCR?
Are you kidding? I'm sure a good number of our audience members have working VCRs. I mean, come on.
Uh-oh. Do we have a typo?
What?
In the bumper?
Did we? Wait. I didn't see anybody's at what? Where is it? What? Wait, I don't see anything. Is my chat messed up?
Uh-oh.
What's up? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. That's
Who said it? I don't see anything.
That's what Alana says.
Oh, Alana, what am I? Maybe I guess I need to refresh more. Right.
Oh.
What?
It says Spakenstein.
Well, of course it does. I meant to do. No,
he's changing the name.
Part of the rebrand. Okay, I'm changing my name. I don't need the end. We're getting rid of the end.
Out of everything to misspell.
That it would be. You can ask Evan. I have a long history of misspelling credits because I'm going too fast through trying to do the work. Something gets misspelled. Totally goes past quality control, and everybody sees it, and here we are.
This actually is so funny to me. I'm so happy that this happened because this is something that has been happening since high school, when we've been making videos for a very long time. And like Garrett said, sometimes you work fast, and sometimes stuff just slips under the radar.
Yep. And in this case, it was my own name. Isn't that just desserts? That's what I get.
Well, it's okay because of the lighting, you can't tell. If you're embarrassed, you get a little flushed.
Right? Who's gonna
just
tell?
Lean back into that blue light.
Into the blue, and it
Say it's
just bounces out. You can't even see. Of course, if I go too far into the light, but no. Yeah. So I love that. I'm glad that I knew it was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna misspell one thing. I didn't know where. I didn't know.
It happens.
It does, but I just like.
Thank you, Alana.
Thank you, Alana. Seriously, like.
It's better to catch it early and not.
It's true.
Use it for multiple weeks.
It's true. So I'm gonna get on top of that. I'm gonna fix that graphic. I will blame it on that, even though I was completely sober when I was making those graphics. I will blame it on the alcohol. I think that's the best thing to do.
It's all a bit.
Just start
misspelling everything.
I meant to. Yeah, it's my Easter egg that I do with all my projects ever since in high school.
It's our new thing.
I always like to misspell one thing to make sure that everybody's really actually paying attention. I want to make sure my audience knows that, I want to know that they're engaged. So
the show itself is drunk.
Yeah, that's just the show. Show you're drunk. Show you need to go home. Where your
Somebody
keys.
Call this show a taxi.
Somebody get the show an Uber, please. I think they've had too many.
All right, good night, everybody.
All right, see you guys on Monday. Yeah. So, that's great. I do love that. That's beautiful. I'm glad I misspelled something.
Yeah, just. Think about what a fun little moment we just shared. All because of...
shared something personal.
Yeah.
We shared a good experience. Yeah. So that's par for the course, but we'll get that adjusted. Speaking of horrible invisible accidents that no one could have foreseen, Well, what do we think our invisible strangler? What is it? It seems like he's scouting out these celebrity women who remind him of his mother, I guess. Something like that.
Uh-oh, and wouldn't you know it, the big catwalk model show, it's this week.
You know what? That's exactly what it is.
He stumbles in and just, Mom!
You gotta love the stakes, right? That would just be too perfect. I hope that's what ends up happening.
So we've already we've already had some how to phrase this. So this is a movie about a guy who's killing models, right?
Correct. Yes.
So, we've already had some, actresses who are it's pretty clearly intended to be eye candy.
Right.
Would you say that this is an exploitation film? Are we over that line?
It's funny that you brought that up because I think the producer of tonight's film, Earl Lyon, definitely kind of like Roger Corman in the late 50s started to tack a little more toward exploitation, starting with a movie called The Rebel Set. But these guys were all very much like based in television, actually, and based out of the producer produced 70 episodes of Tales of Wells Fargo, which if you watch Grit regularly in the evenings, you'll see many episodes of Tales of Wells Fargo, which I've caught with my father.
We got to get this stagecoach to the bank.
You would be surprised how difficult it is to get the stagecoach to the bank, but how many bad actors are trying to get it, but luckily the good people, Wells Fargo, are always there. It's so funny.
Wait, bad actors or bad actors?
Both. Yeah. So
thanks, Grit.
It's actually a fun little show. The little westerns from back in the day are actually engaging. But so the producer and the director and most of the actors kind of spend a lot of time in TV. So what we're getting here is kind of exploitation, I think, in concept, but in execution probably about as intense as a TV movie from this time, right? Not too explicit or crazy. Like you're saying, there's eye candy.
We can't spend too much time on the girls because we've got to put the camera back on this wizard.
That's right. Which, speaking of the wizard, our strangler, character's name is Roger. The actor's name is Frank Ashmore, who obviously the name is Frank Ashmore, but his face may be familiar to some who are fans of the I can't remember if it's 1979 or 1980 seminal comedy film Airplane, where he plays the navigator Victor. So, and of course reprises that role in Airplane 2, the sequel, which mixed returns there, but yes, he's I better hear what's your Victor joke at least at one point when we see his face again, which again, speaking of the production history, we may not see his face again. I don't know, because with the production history of this, the alternate cut, apparently they cut out a bunch of the Strangler lines of dialogue and a bunch of Strangler things for some reason.
Strangling.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, a lot of the strangling stuff has kind of changed around. But that's the thing. So with the production history of this, they started in 76. I don't know how long it took them, but it sat on the shelf maybe because most of the time these kind of guys, it doesn't take them very long to make a movie. If they're already established in the industry, it's not like an indie outfit that's got to film on weekends and is taking a year to film. These guys, it probably only took a month or 2 or 3 months at most. but it sat on a shelf for whatever reason, and it wasn't released until 1978. Apparently, it was released in theaters for a week, and then went
for 1 week.
Yeah, don't you love that? 1 week, and then straight to TV. And so that was the life of the film. It was not a success, didn't do very well. And then for whatever reason, 6 years later, got a VHS release under the title Invisible Strangler. So could movie trends at the time have had something to do with that? We'll talk about that during our second break. But we're going to get into the exciting middle of Invisible Strangler here. Anything before we get into it, Evan?
How many invisible men were on Tales of Wells Fargo?
Good question.
Do they have a lot of Weird West on Grit?
They don't. Grit should play Jesse James Meets Frankenstein.
They should.
Come on. Don't be worried about...
you got enough airtime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
Somebody write Grit and tell them, hey, pals, it's Halloween. Let's get some Weird West on this channel.
Yeah, seriously, that's what they should do. That's what a Western channel should do for Halloween. They should show Weird West, which Evan gave me the perfect time.
Yeah,
to
everybody look at this shirt.
Show, which I can't. It's kind of. I'll move my microphone.
The
back.
pattern on this shirt is crazy.
Yeah, so this is. I get all my shirts from the same website, Future Monsters, and this is like. So hold on, let me get like a good angle for you here. Here we go. Okay, so you see, you got this.
There you go.
Cowboy and the spiders. And you got
there's a giant bat somewhere on there.
Yeah, there's the giant bat. Let's see. Oh yeah, there he is. Cowboys running around, cacti skull. There.
It's a cool shirt.
Pretty fun shirt. So Weird West. Unfortunately, I don't know that we'll get an opportunity to see any other Weird West. If any of our audience knows of other public domain Weird West horror titles, please let us know. But Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. Was there something else that we watched? Oh, we just got done watching Phantom Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've seen a few.
And even I know that it's not, but I want to call Undersea Kingdom a Western.
Ooh, that's I think that's fair. I think it's a sci-fi. I think Weird West, the way they're using the horses and stuff, I think. The sea horses. Come on. We all know they're regular horses. Yeah, so I don't know. Weird West, I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to get that on the docket, maybe. Okay, yeah, see Alana, Future Monsters. They got good stuff. Yeah, we're definitely like all the shirts. There's maybe like a few, like 2 or 3 that I wear that are just more like random or generic, but I like the Future Monsters designs. I like the, you don't see a thing, and not to go off on a whole thing. We're gonna,
yeah, we're not sponsored by Future Monsters.
We're not sponsored. I have not reached
be.
out to them. Now that you can see more of my shirts and stuff, maybe I'd be. But I wear the shirts because the thing is, a lot of horror movie shirts, or the ones with cool designs, they're usually like black. Or they're in like a darker color.
Right.
You don't find a lot that are like white and have bright designs. And so that's what I like. But also they do retrofits, which is a kind of just a cool kind of added bonus to the whole, to the clothing. So.
And you can get 15% off your order by using the code Spakenstein Stream.
That's right, Spakenstein Scream Stream. That's what we're. I'll see you guys Monday. Classic. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting middle of the Astral Factor right now.
Married at the age of 17. Had one child, one Roger Lewis Sands. Became instant star in her first picture aged 19. She dumped her husband. Not remarry, but man, did she ever keep the scandal sheets alive with her active?
Sure.
I think that's mine. I had the one with the mustard. Carlotta Sands, known to have regretted having a child. Got in the way of her social life.
Damn.
She kept her son in boarding school most of the time, away from her friends all of the time. Carlotta Sands, strangled to death in the bedroom of her West Park mansion 6 years ago by one Roger Lewis Sands. Since that time, the estate has been in the hands of the probate court.
Probate? Oh, is he eating a hoagie? That's what I like for my detectives. Riding around, researching the murder case, eating a hoagie. Oh, he's still eating. That his name, Kathy? Buddy? Yeah, Buddy is... I don't know. He's just that typical clumsy detective, I guess. Buffoonish. Maybe that's the word. The comic relief. No trespassing. Guess we gotta go back. Ooh, fancy house. Yep, I can see him in a pilot's outfit. It's you know, just a little more well groomed.
Stop it! Why are you acting this way, Roger?
Because you are my mother.
You're such a child. Don't you see what it'll do to us if people find out about you?
Where do you get this us stuff, Mother? All you've ever cared about was you. What it will do to you. It can't get any worse for me. It's like I've been invisible all my life.
The wallpaper.
I just can't do it anymore.
Roger, I've had enough trouble as it is. If people find out I have a son your age, it will ruin me.
Then get ready to be ruined,
Damn.
Mother.
Wow.
Leave us in this thing wide open.
I wish you had never been born.
Jesus.
You wish you'd never been born.
So this was before he learned how to do this from across the room.
Uh-oh.
Ghosts.
You guys can't see me, right? Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to check. I love that.
Really something, wasn't she? Amazing how many brides like her get all screwed up.
So how come you can't see his clothes?
Wind up just another vital statistic.
Honestly, it makes more sense here than like
usual.
an invisible man. Well, you'll see. You'll see. I love the heartbeat. It's totally unnecessary.
You know, this kind of feels like TV.
Right? Just dragging it out as much as possible. He's not gonna do anything to him. What? Oh, nice. See that little wow?
Yeah.
That sounds too 80s to me, okay? They do. Sears, yeah, it's definitely Starsky and Hutch vibes.
Get out of the car and call in a search assist. I want this whole area cordoned off.
Yes, sir.
Just keep kicking stuff.
Bro, really? You think just because you're a cop, you have the right to just come here and smash the place up? I'm looking for stuff. Are you sure this isn't about something else? It's the book. Oh, he threw out the book. Come on, how are you gonna know about like all the powers if you don't read the book, bro? He's gonna pick it up like at the end of the second act. That's when the book's gonna come back.
You go up by the pool, okay? Yes.
Gonna give him the answer.
I got him spreading out all
What do you
over
think the cop's gonna learn how to?
You ever hear of a Colleen?
Yeah, also.
Yeah, she's a socialite. Always making news of the international jet set.
Find her and fast. Put her under protection. She may be the next one up.
Yes, sir.
You can tell this guy definitely does the drugs that confiscate. Uh-oh.
What is it, Prince?
He's trying to warn you, lady.
There's nothing there. Now you behave.
Always trust the dog.
Prince, quiet. Now down. Prince, come back here.
Oh no, don't kill the dog.
Rabbit, you're not gonna stop it. Prince!
Jesus.
You are my mother.
Jeez. Yeah, definitely some. Well, I don't know. Would you say it's an Oedipal complex or what is it? I don't know. He doesn't love his mother.
It's was it a reverse Oedipal complex?
I guess.
He kills his mother because he wants to be with his father.
He has no father. Is he finally home?
Candy?
Oh, Candy wanted to surprise you.
Candy did.
Oh.
Oh, Candy, I've had a hell of a day.
Oh. Did you call your mother?
No.
Call my mother.
It's your birthday.
Already?
You should call your mother.
Candy, I don't call my mother on my birthday.
I always do.
Yeah.
Candy
always call your mother
another
on
surprise for you.
Why is she talking in the third person?
Come on, sit down over here and close your eyes.
Candy, you better stop talking in the third
This
person.
is what Candy does.
Are you sitting down?
No,
Candy's
not
better
yet.
piss me off.
No, just...
Hurry up.
She does, yes, Alana, yes.
Ready.
Like Bob Dole.
Ta-da! Happy birthday.
That's really something.
You see, I told you I was good at something else.
I'm convinced.
That's
From
really
scratch.
that's really
That's
okay.
I've been slaving away in the kitchen all day. Come on, blow it out. Make a wish and blow out the candle.
I wish I could solve this murder.
Come on.
case.
Yay!
I wish I could be invisible. And then it's a body swap
now,
movie. Switch
Candy
bodies.
is going to cook you a birthday dinner.
Really?
Would you like chicken and giblets?
She's gotta
or
stop
a fillet of
talking
sole?
about herself.
Oh,
How about, macaroni and cheese? Is that a new coat?
yes, it's
Thanks for bringing that up.
present to me. Did you catch your maniac yet?
Yeah, maybe that's
No.
it, Alana.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, maybe you'll get him tomorrow.
Oh my god. The secret ingredient is
How is
candy.
it?
Chewy.
Oh, good. What's his birth sign?
Whose birth sign?
Your maniac.
Candy, I don't know his birth sign.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're terrible.
Oh, you don't.
Are you for real?
You want me to prove it to you or something?
To you, not so.
Nuts so. Oh, back it up. Yeah, a lot of them's TV rules. Only angles.
Hey, you! What are you doing back here? Theater's closed.
I work here. Yeah, I'm a stagehand.
Theater's still closed. Come over here. You stay right there.
Ah! Damn. Just getting right back into the next murder, huh? Oh, I guess he was breaking in to the next murder.
You think that cop reminded him of his mother?
Yes.
Come on.
Are you chewing gum? Come on, we gotta go out to the disco. There's a lead. There's a hot lead we gotta go investigate. Come on. Oh my God. What? Really?
I was not expecting that.
So much for TV movie.
Wow.
We don't get female nudity when we got, you know, we got a full moon.
Ass.
So there you go.
Okay.
I always sleep in just a shirt.
How do you want?
It's like to let it all hang out.
Sorry.
I'm not wearing anything under this room.
Yeah. Calling you for 2 hours. Your damn line's been busy.
Okay, well, what is it?
Found Colleen Hudson. In the morgue.
Strangled?
Yeah, Evergreen Park. Same MO, no witnesses, no apparent motive. The body's covered with jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yeah, she had a guard dog with her. Dog was clubbed to death. Roger Sands prints all over the club. Look, the captain's pretty uptight, Lieutenant. He told me to tell you he's giving you Russo and Harris and checking out the other girl.
How?
He also told me to tell you to get your damn phone fixed. Hey, he said it, I didn't.
Want some coffee?
No, thanks. You mind if I just flake out?
That's what it is, Alana. This isn't your house. You don't go walking in and just start picking up clothes that are on the floor.
I said, make us some coffee.
Oh, okay. They're both showing out. You got to make it equal, you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna show their butts. Keeping it modest.
I'm almost at 10.
Will they keep it? Are they about to go into Lady Frankenstein territory? Nope. No.
They're gonna...
10. I'm up.
The only way to top Lady Frankenstein territory is if the dude hangs dong. And I doubt we're seeing that in any movie we watch on this show.
Hello to Sergeant Hope.
He's like, wait, what? I didn't know how cool my superior was. We are spending way too much time on all this.
He's got to get ready.
Driving me crazy.
This
dude.
is like getting ready in real time.
I know that you're not supposed to see this in movies. This is, there's no point to this. I would love to see how you'd write this in a script, which I know that they didn't. They just, you know, it's one line.
Right, he gets ready.
Come on, zombie.
He gets dressed.
I want to hear that door lock behind me.
Chuck, I've been thinking. Don't you think it would be better if you got some other kind of a job? You know, like a bank manager or an engineer or something with normal working hours.
John's gonna do whatever he wants.
I'll give it some thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could you water my plants today?
Mm-hmm.
Water my
Have a
plant.
nice time.
Hey, Lieutenant, what's with that?
Sergeant. Time is Roxanne Raymond's dress rehearsal.
3:30 this afternoon.
Okay, I'll see you then. Between now and then, don't let that girl out of your sight.
We got 3 men in her apartment.
I want you inside the apartment with her. Stick to her like a Band-Aid. Till she gets to the theater, you eat with her, you ride with her, you take a bath with her if necessary.
You don't have to tell me twice, Chief.
Wow, what a place. Hey, if Roxanne Raymond gets hinky on you, you tell her we'll take her into protective custody. If you need me, I'll be at the ESP Research Institute.
Yes, sir.
The what?
You know, the ESP Research Institute.
This guy's got it. He's got the ESP.
If there's a spoon, okay.
No, it's a ball. Easier to make it move.
Magnets.
Magnets. She's looking for the wires. Yes,
Thank you,
Sears
Joaquin.
James. That's Candy, is played by Stefanie Powers, most known for the mystery show Heart to Heart with Robert Wagner.
That's psychokinesis.
She also
Well,
plays
one
John
man
Wayne's
speaks
daughter
another.
in the public domain
Now, some
western
psychics have the power to
McClintock,
move objects from great
which maybe
distances.
we'll see one
That's
day
telekinesis.
here.
Are you trying to tell?
Not on this
Are you
show,
trying
but
to
if
tell
we
me
do a
that-
Wheel of Movies, maybe we'll see McClintock one day.
A man could strangle someone from a distance?
Lieutenant, there are many mysterious phenomena that can't be explained. My file cabinets are filled with records of them. The Bell Witch of Springfield, Tennessee, a poltergeist, responsible for the death of a member of the Bell family.
Oh, the
Charles
Bell,
King
the
murder
Bell
case
Witch.
of Canada. Now, the brother of this victim had a vision of the entire incident while asleep in his home in England. And his description of the murderer led to the arrest of the man, even before news of the event had reached London. Now, these
Alana,
are
I
all
think that
well-documented
this is the
cases.
work print.
All this is
I think that's what all those
know
pencils
something that'll
and
help me
cuts
find
and
this guy.
stuff
Just give it to me straight.
are an indication that this is the work print.
Lieutenant,
So they would
here
not
at the
be in the
Institute, we investigate mysterious phenomena. We don't create it.
Okay. Okay. What did your psychic, Van Cott, mean when he said Roger Sands could be in the same room with you and you wouldn't be able to see him?
I don't know what he meant.
Well, you must have some theory about all this.
Yes, that's just what it is, theory. Some form of astral projection.
There, well,
How
yeah, he
the
didn't
body
say.
travel, Lieutenant.
Get close.
So you're saying this is some kind of astral factor? And then, let's see.
The astral traveler usually visits places and persons he knows. Distance seems to be no barrier. A great number of cases that are thoroughly documented on this, too. And as far as we know, the astral traveler's real body always remains at the place of departure. But who is to say that Roger Sands hasn't gone a step beyond? Cut the silver cord, perhaps. Reached into some new dimension.
You really think that's possible, don't you?
Well, after 12 years with the Institute, I'm convinced that if the will of the human mind is strong enough, anything is possible.
Yeah. Well,
sure.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Ulmer.
Not at all, and feel free to call me at any time.
Dr.
What's
Ulmer.
this dude down here at the bottom of the frame? I don't like
Only a
that.
handful of people on the force know the details of this case. So far, we've been able to keep those details out of the news. But if the media should get wind of your theory... And,
Yep, that's Evan's new angle.
well, they'd make us look like a three-ring circus, you know?
I understand.
What you got, Russo?
Leading the other girl, Bambi Greer. She's an actress, big deal in the late 60s.
She's living at the Marina, Dolphin Apartments, but she's not home.
Did you alert the department down there?
And the Harbor Patrol.
In case she's your baby.
And
Get down there
Harbor
and find her.
Patrol?
And let me know as soon as you do.
You bet.
Oh shit.
I thought we were about to go into like a high-speed chase.
Nope, we're on a boat. We're on a boat.
Don't you ever forget.
Joe!
Whoa.
Don't lie to me. Tell me where have you been last night? In the pines, Mama, in the pines where the sun never shines.
Is this Hosier?
And I shivered the whole night through.
No, this is Billie Eilish, right?
Oh, right.
Some pretty nice picking.
Thanks. I'm better at the piano, but then I should be. I started playing when I was 7 years old. You know, when your parents are Norwegian and German, there's got to be music in the house. Hey, I'm glad you came by.
Haven't you noticed that I put a little
damn
statue of
lonely around here
Beethoven back there?
Yeah. Like now.
Yeah, it must, but that's
I
not
will
why.
say it's a little, yeah,
No,
that's
I
fine.
didn't
It's
think it
fine.
was.
It goes back normal.
Too early in the day for you, I suppose.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
slides. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. That's been like that. I got that when I was like 7
My
or
men
8,
out front
and
told me
it's
you've been
been
giving him
like
a hard
that
time.
since I was 7 or 8.
I guess I have.
Got it from a. Where do you think we got that? Dollar Tree.
Really? That thing cost
You know,
$1?
when I
For
get too lonely
$1.
or
Get a bust of
too upset,
Beethoven.
Yeah.
I usually take a ride up the coast with the top down.
Sears, you're right. That is a Morticia chair.
Have lunch in Santa Barbara, dinner in Carmel. Nice.
Alone?
Yes, unfortunately alone, Lieutenant. Drive kind of helps me get my head straight. You know, sometimes I drive up into the mountains, forest country. Boy, I love the smell of pine trees. Have you ever taken a pine needle and kind of bit in it and then smelled it? Wow.
No.
Reminds me of home. But those idiots out there won't let me go any place. Not even down to my own beach.
Fools. Fools.
It's, gonna get worse before it gets better. I've got to take you into protective custody.
Like hell you will. I've had about all the confinement I can take, Charlie.
Just trying to keep you from getting yourself killed.
Well, if you think I'm going to sweat it out in some stinking little room while you and your guys chase that nut, you're out of your mind.
Listen. I've just found out that we're not dealing with some ordinary... I mean, this Roger Sands, he's elusive as hell. And until I know more
Is that
about
what
him,
you,
I need all the
instead of
cooperation I can
invisible?
get.
Elusive
Well, I'm
as
going to
hell.
stay right here, and if you don't like it, you know where you can go. And you might just as well take those bastards out there with you. I want you all off my property. Do you understand that? Do you?
All right, I'll give you a choice. Either you come with me, or you stay locked in this house until I say it's okay.
You can take your choice and shove it, okay?
Why don't you stop drinking that crap and grow up?
Now, where do you get off telling me how to live my life?
That's the way it's going to be, Mrs. Hartman. Or I'll get a court order and haul your ass in.
Lousy goddamn police force. Get the hell out of this house. Get the hell out of this house and leave me alone. Get out of this house!
And that is gonna take us to our second break. Well, we're 2/3 of the way through the Astral Factor. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
Okay, it feels like we're meandering a little.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, especially when it takes 5 minutes for one of the characters to get ready.
Yeah.
You know that we're kind of beating around the bush.
Right. What has actually happened? Like, there's been more murder.
He's killed a few more people, and the cops are trying to protect these other women before he strikes.
Okay.
Which is like an interesting... In any kind of like revenge plotted, well, this isn't revenge, but like in a revenge plotted movie, like I always think of The Abominable Dr. Phibes with Vincent Price, because by the middle of the movie, they start realizing like who's being picked and why. And so they're like, okay, we got to start protecting everybody. But of course.
So maybe I missed, how do they know who's going to be next here?
I think I missed it too. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with them here.
Yeah,
it's kind of strange.
Okay, Alon's got a good question. So, what do you? So yeah, when you call something the working copy, what
like
does
the
that
work
mean?
print.
Yeah, the work.
So
print.
it's just the edit that is. It's funny because I don't know if it's at any particular stage of completion. I guess while you're in edit, any cut that comes out could be a work print. But usually a work print, back in those days, they are, if you're going to spend the money to strike a print just for what you're editing, you know, that's like a whole process in and of itself. So you got to have a name for it. So the work print would just be kind of, oh, well, we need to make a copy of what we got so far. So let's make a work print so people can see. So a lot of times when a movie, it ends up getting like cut up a lot for whatever reason, when people look to restore it later, usually they'll, you know, it's because they can find a work print of how the movie originally was before a producer got their hands on it, cut it to shreds. So work prints are it's just an edit in progress is essentially all that it is.
It's just a copy of the movie that's not done.
Right. And
in some way.
Right, exactly. And back in those days, it's going to be you can see, as we've seen on tonight's film, there's a lot of scratches and marks.
So what do you think? Do you know what all the
Yeah,
squiggles
it's
mean?
just, again, back in the analog days of editing, you have to have different signals and different demarcations. And I don't know what a lot of it means, actually, but that's what you're seeing physically on the film is those, because what they would do is they like would scratch things on the film. So it's like, oh, well, we'll want to cut here, so put an X here or write something here. And you'll see that on a work print, which is, whereas on a real film, you would never see, because it's already been edited out. But here in the analog days, again, it's like if I pulled up an edit right now in Adobe Premiere that is in progress, you're going to see all these little like things that aren't quite refined, or, you know, it's all just kind of in progress. So, yeah, and I did see something in my research today about the Astral Factor cut of this being sourced from a work print. So I don't know what the deal is there. Like, okay. I don't know if any prints of the real Astral Factor cut exist. Obviously, Invisible Strangler, when that got put out, that was probably mostly all you could see for some time was the Invisible Strangler cut. But I mean, oh, sorry. Hold on. Hit the wrong button. So it's funny because there's not really a big, you know, obviously there's not a huge star in tonight's film, right? Like, but like I said earlier, all these people are kind of like TV actors. You got, you know, we already talked about a lot of them. I know that the guy playing our lead detective, Robert Foxworth, he was, you know, again, big TV guy. I think his most famous role was a soap opera called Falcon Crest. He also apparently turned down the role of JR in Dallas. So that's, you know, obviously a big boy. Oh, do I have my boy? Hold on. No. I've got the boy somewhere.
That's still.
No, see, the thing is, though, I have a boy and I can't remember where. That's not it. Where is boy? I'll have to find it later. You know what? No, I will. I'm gonna look for it. It's right here in my Shift Alt. I've been hitting Shift Alt, haven't I?
There we go.
I have sound effects. I haven't been using them tonight because I got a lot of things I'm hitting and switching and all that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Evan, I need to let Evan work the sound, and he'll become a master of the sound, and I'll work the camera, and that's all. We'll do it.
Yeah, I need it on just like a really simple, like a little thing with just a few buttons, not a whole keyboard.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Not something where I hit the wrong key and it ends the show.
Which is you know, it's my remote. It's it's not. It's my fat fingers is really what it is. Yeah. Again, when you're performing the show and hitting the buttons, it's, you know, that stuff's gonna happen.
Multiple hats over here.
What are you gonna do? But yeah, so our lead, Robert Foxworth, yeah, nothing really notable there. He did play Victor Frankenstein in the 70s TV movie version of Frankenstein. Good. So there's that. Longtime partner to Elizabeth Montgomery, who was, of course, Samantha in Bewitched.
Yeah.
So, kind of a notable thing there. Yeah, I mean, everybody else, we kind of talked about. But it's funny, again, as we're seeing, tonight's movie is interesting in that you could see how a title like Invisible Strangler would be misleading, right?
A bit, yeah. You know, I thought, going into this, I thought that Invisible Strangler was going to be a more apt title.
Right.
And it kind of is, but it's more than that.
Yeah,
I thought the Astral Factor was going to be overselling, you know, overblowing what we've got, but maybe not.
No, I mean, again, honestly, it was not until today that the term astral projection popped into my head in relation to this title. Like, it took me that long to be like, astral astral projection. Oh, that's what this guy's doing here, right? Yeah, because it's not, when you think of invisible men, supernatural is not usually the angle. Paranormal is not usually the angle that you take. It's normally scientific, science fiction.
That's why they have to take the clothes off.
Exactly. Now here, if you're going to say that it's more paranormal, you can explain the clothes disappearing.
Yeah, that's just part of my astral body.
Right. Exactly. I don't know how I'm not well versed in astral rules, but
do you have to be naked to astral project?
No, but you should be. I mean,
you just have to wear just a shirt but no pants.
No. And right. Well, yeah, just like the detective. And yes, Alana, I was mentioned during the movie, maybe it was hard to hear, but he is the narrator from many famous 70s and 80s movie trailers, including, of course, Jaws, where he, Jaws. That's Percy Rodriguez, aka Captain Wells, who we didn't see as much of there in the second portion of the movie. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah, he wasn't really a TV actor. Or, well, no, I guess he was. All these people were. Which is nothing wrong. Again, I'm not meaning to denigrate them when I'm saying that they're TV actors, right? Like, I know that's could be seen that way, but I'm not. I swear. So, yeah, I don't know, but it's funny that really, I think that what we've got here is more of a, like when you're thinking like, how did we get a movie like this where your invisible killer is like a paranormal? How do we get to this point with invisible people movies, right?
Yeah, because the concept of an invisible man, was that from literature or was that purely a movie thing?
So the novel The Invisible Man was kind of I think what codified a lot of tropes. Because I think there have probably been other stories in literature about people being invisible.
Tradition of invisible people.
Right, exactly. But I think The Invisible Man, obviously, it was a popular book, and it wasn't too long after the book that the movie was made, and the movie was very popular. So you got a lot of tropes just out of the popularity of that one story. So it's kind of funny because I think like the Universal Invisible Man like movies, like, obviously the first one directed by James Whale starring Claude Rains, amazing movie. The other ones people probably have mixed feelings on, but I'm going to tell you, I've come to this conclusion lately. I think that The Invisible Man is probably Universal's best monster series during the classic period, like of the individual series, because the Invisible Man movies actually, each one does something different and kind of weird and kind of wild and kind of crazy. Whereas like I realized recently their worst is definitely the Mummy series, because it just
same thing.
Well, it's funny because like they made the Karloff Mummy movie. They didn't make another Mummy movie until they rebooted their series, and it was completely unrelated to the first Mummy movie. But then every other Mummy movie after that is like connected. There's a continuity, but it doesn't make any sense. Like technically it would be going into the 80s. Like it doesn't, not that that's a big determining factor of those movies, but it just, one of the movies uses a lot of flashback footage, and it's just, yeah, like you said, it's kind of the same thing over and over again versus let's mix up the formula, let's do something different. So I think the Invisible Man movies, the Universal did that, but I think it also played out a lot of the tropes that people expect with Invisible Men. And I think that unfortunately by the time you get to like the 60s, the 70s, the Invisible Man as a monster is not really a potent like horror like villain. You know, it just isn't really
Who's scared of invisible men anymore.
Right. And so by the 70s, I think, you know, getting to this movie, I think that nothing had really been done outside of the tropes. For example, the first trailer that we're going to see is for an early 70s Disney film, because Disney actually did a few films playing with invisibility, but it's the science angle, and it's very, oh gosh, gee willikers, like, isn't this invisibility stuff wild? So the first trailer we're gonna see is for a movie called Now You See Me, Now You Don't? I think that's what it's called. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, featuring a very young Kurt Russell as this pioneering boy scientist who invents this invisibility.
They call me the Invisible Kid.
Yeah, he is the, yeah, that's essentially, they should have called it the Invisible Kid, but
You're welcome,
Disney was doing some weird shit in the 70s. So I think like the comedies, there were a few invisible comedies in the 70s, and I think that was the thing. I mean, Abbott and Costello, one of their more acclaimed movies is Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, but it's still just kind of making a lot of fun of the whole concept. So the idea of, okay, let's move away from science and let's take it a more paranormal direction. That's, you know, all right, let's break away from the tropes. That's kind of a cool thing to see. And I think that obviously, like the trailer we saw at the end of our pre-roll for Carrie is one of those movies that was really about, you know, just the power of telekinesis, just bringing that to like people's attention. Right. So there was a movie that came out, I guess the same year as Carrie, maybe a year before Carrie. It was a year before tonight's film, entitled Psychic Killer. And the plot is very similar to tonight's movie in that it deals with a killer who is able to use his mind powers to kill people. It's not just that he's invisible and he's killing, but he has telekinetic powers to be able to like make objects, manipulate objects, and do other things, right? So I think that kind of laid the groundwork for tonight's movie to be like, oh, let's, you know, take this concept of a killer who has the power to become invisible and it's just kind of telekinetic, and let's, you know, see what drama we can mine out of it. So it's not bad. Yeah, Sears, yeah, nowadays a movie, a show, it'd probably be a series, Invisible Kid, but it would be too serious. So the problem with a lot of like good ideas nowadays, they take it too seriously. They're not having fun with it, you know? You're gonna have fun with these things. So.
Psychic Killer. Kiss.
That's what when I saw that title too, I was like, oh, but the song was not out. Psycho Killer was not out yet. But yeah, I do think that there is something to be said for the idea of a killer gaining the power of invisibility. Like that's a wild plot. You can do a lot with that. So we'll see this trailer for another movie, which does the same as tonight's film. So we're going to get these two trailers for Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and the, oh God, what was the other one? Why am I blanking all of this? Oh, Psycho Killer. And then we come back, we will get into the exciting conclusion of the Astral Factor. So stick around, we will be right back.
Look what Kurt Russell, that campus Flunkenstein, has stumbled onto now.
I've done it. I've really done it.
Invisible. The power to make anything invisible.
That's amazing.
all right, boys. Don't pay any attention to him.
When the mob moves in, it looks like the school is finished. Unless it can take the year's big science award. To win the money to stay open, small Medfield College must look to its young minds, who are given total freedom in the laboratory. Finally, the school turns to its only hope and his vanishing act.
Now, watch closely.
Crazy, isn't it? But the secret falls into the hands of bungling bank robbers. Now it's up to the out-of-sight gang to hang up the funniest hold-up ever to be not seen by anybody.
Spray the car invisible.
Slow down, it's an intersection.
Don't worry, Sarge, it's clear as a bell.
Make a date to see Kurt Russell, Cesar Romero, and Joe Flynn make disappearing hilarious. In Walt Disney Productions, Now You See Him, Now You Don't.
The human mind possesses vast and totally unexplored resources of psychic energy.
Every object has an energy force, an aura around it.
If the full force of this psychic energy is mastered, it can turn the human mind into the deadliest weapon in the universe.
The energy force in any human can be controlled. It's possible that Mr. Masters has so learned to control the art of releasing energy from his living body and that this energy, or spirit, if you will, is malevolent, mean, angry. And this spirit goes out to murder those whom he thinks have done him harm.
Meet Arnold Masters. Arnold is very imaginative. He can think of millions of ways to murder, and he just might try them all. The Psychic Killer.
I understand that these were accidental deaths. Because there's no other logical explanation, is there? No. Not yet.
There is no possible defense against this maddening horror.
All right, who is it? He fired that shotgun at somebody, but there's no trace of blood or no footprints other than his. And I know damn well she didn't do it because she's not big enough to break his neck the way we found it.
It can attack any time. Anywhere. Anyone.
I didn't come here to hurt you. I wanted to see you.
Should I be afraid of you?
I've been watching you all evening.
How could you do that?
I watched you make love to him. I wish it had been me.
No pulse.
No breathing.
No heartbeat.
No, nothing. You might notify all the potential victims if you wish.
I already have. That'll do any good.
I doubt it.
Everything I love dies.
First it drives you mad, then it kills, and kills, and kills. The evil of the future has arrived. The Psychic Killer.
Look what Kurt Russell, that campus Flunkenstein, has stumbled onto now.
I've done it. I've really done it.
Invisible.
The power.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and Psychic Killer. So, as you can see, the world of invisible people movies was getting pretty stale around the 70s. So, bringing in the idea of telekinesis to spice it up, I think was probably a pretty good move, all things considered. But obviously I haven't seen either of those movies. So I don't know, Psychic Killer looks interesting. That's maybe one I'll check out. I don't know if any of our audience out there have seen that. I Yeah, and I have not, but it seems interesting. So, yeah, we're getting ready to get into the exciting conclusion of the Astral Factor, and
so we've got an astral guy.
right, essentially.
I don't know how these detectives are going to deal with that.
Well, that's the thing. It seems like this detective just realized, the lead detective just realized he's out of his depth, right? He just realized, oh, he might actually be, actually have these powers.
He has to go find a witch to snip the silver cord.
Yeah, there's gonna be silver. There's gonna be some kind of witch thing, something that plays into it here. I'm ready for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, oh, is it? Oh, I see. I hit the wrong thing.
Can you hear me now?
You can hear him now. He's good. He's good now. Thank you, Alana. Prish. Saving us right now. You know, you gotta you gotta love when you have a longer movie. It's just, you can tell. It's like, oh, all right, well, we're just, you know, it's not easy. It wears on you a little bit. But we're getting it. We're getting excited. We're to see, because I don't know how this is gonna end. I have no clue. I mean, obviously, he's not gonna kill at least one of these ladies. I think he'll be stopped by the police before he can. Again, I don't remember what his motivation is. This movie has kind of been all over the place, right? So,
dude's got the mommy issues.
Yeah, that's the only way they seem to be able to sum it up is he has mommy issues. I don't think he's solving those. I don't think those are getting fixed in the last 30 minutes of this movie. So I think he's probably going to get taken out. But I don't know.
Shall see.
Any other predictions? Anything else before we get into it, Evan?
I think that they're gonna trace this guy back to his original body. And surprise, it was all a dream.
Yeah, don't you? When they go to the most cliched ending of all, and it was all a dream. Yeah, Alana, I don't know. You would think that when his retinas turn into stars, maybe that's like gouging his eye sockets a little bit, right?
It's really bright.
It's too bright. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you know. I mean, but when your whole body is turning into bright little, you know, like speckly, astral, you know, data. I don't even know what you call this astral projection. What are the terms? What's the terminology?
What are the rules?
What are the
of
rules?
astral projection?
Yeah, see, what are the rules? We don't know. So, well, hopefully we'll find out. We'll get some answers here in the exciting conclusion of the Astral Factor. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of the Astral Factor right now. Wow. I can't tell if the routine is bad or they just don't know how to film it. Maybe it's both.
It seems to be at an odd angle.
I guess it's from their POV or the Stranglers. See, this sounds too 80s. I don't know. It doesn't sound right. BDSM. Yeah. Yeah, serious. I think you're right. I don't think I can expect it.
You told me. Is that our girl?
Yeah. See, the witches are trying to catch her, and then she's supposed to be sacrificed for that big demon guy up there.
Got anybody up there?
You bet your sweet ass.
Yes, sir.
How many stagehands?
There's 6, and I got someone watching every one of them.
I'm going out front.
Yep, just took it right out of his hand. Clicking that damn pen. For a second, I thought it went black and white. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know, Sears. I guess that's just his thing.
Do you think that was scripted or improv?
I'd love it if it was improv. And that was really just him taking the book. God damn it. Stop it.
Didn't realize it until after they finished.
This discordant chorus is really...
Yeah, this is...
strange.
This feels like a dream. Not a good one.
What is this? Is this like a stage play King Kong or something? Are they all about to watch this lady get strangled? Didn't take much.
Don't anybody leave the stage! Cover the doors!
Oh, okay, Sears. There you go.
Bambi?
Bambi?
Tell me what the hell you're mixed up with.
I told you. I'm not mixed up in anything.
Then why is the harbor patrol sitting out there on the deck of my yacht?
I don't know.
I ought to have my head examined fooling around with a girl like you.
Why are you so uptight? I'm the one they're worried about.
Why the hell are they worried?
Well, I don't know, Mario. I don't know.
So help me, Bambi. If you get me mixed up in some goddamn dirty mess, I'll see that.
The names of the women in this movie, man. Candy, Bambi, Darlene, Colleen. Jesus.
Jeez, can I get a yikes?
That's a big fan.
Music is stupid music.
Fuck that guy. Spoiler alert, they're gonna be too late. And this character Bambi's played by Mariana Hill, who is the star of Messiah of Evil, which is a movie that we will watch eventually on this show. It's a I guess it's a zombie film. I don't know, it's really strange. Also in the horror films Schizoid and Blood Beach. What? Not looking so invisible now, is he?
Yeah.
I guess invisibility doesn't cover the scuba suit.
He's astral scuba diving.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's aboard a yacht. The dockmaster here said they left early this morning.
Clearly, the Strangler's not worried about sharks.
Harbor police over there should be aboard with her by now.
I guess she's about as safe out on a yacht like that as any place, Lieutenant. I hope you're right, Sergeant.
This is how Dr. Phibes is too. Oh yeah, they're completely safe. We've been watching them the whole time. They're dead. How did he get past us? What does he need a spear gun for? He's supposed to be a strangler.
The invisible harpooner.
Yeah, that doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well, does it?
Looking pretty visible.
Incredibly. Oh, Sweet Feet's in the house.
What do you want?
Oh, too late. Oh, Jesus, this poor lady. She's been getting the shit beat out of her. This poor woman. See, I can't tell if this is original cut, like this, you know? It sounds 80s, doesn't it?
It sounds like a flying saucer.
Jesus. Harpoon. It's the one universal word.
Bambi? Bambi?
Oh, damn. Yep, just a little too late.
Maybe next time, pal.
Just missed him. It's what we in the law enforcement field call an oopsie. Yeah, God, thank God somebody turned that damn music off. Why don't you just get invisible, bro?
Yeah, I don't get
the whole scuba.
This whole thing. Like, can you not go over water if you're astral projecting?
It's a great question. Maybe there's some rules behind it.
Like, this whole sequence just feels like a different movie.
It does. Well, again, maybe this... I don't know. Maybe this is a mix of the two versions. The police, you say? Hold on, let me see if I can do this real quick. I got another new gag for you. If I can just do it in time. Oh, do you like that? Another little fun gag. Finally! Jesus.
I gotta make it back to the land.
Did he just leave the boat? He's got the sunglasses on. That was totally my move when I did Ocean Rescue. Just leave the sunglasses on. Nah, that's a lie. I threw them on. First rescue ever, I ran out with my sunglasses on, and I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to have these on. And I like went to throw them off, and I was like, my sunglasses. And so I just like, I can't even remember. I think I held on to them.
You swam out to rescue the person, and you're like,
I didn't even
can
have
you
to
hold
swim out.
these?
That's the thing. They were like in knee-deep water, holding onto the pier pilings, and luckily
Not enough to kill a man?
somebody else was right there and got to him.
How about
So
the fence?
it's kind of superfluous for me to run out there anyway. But it was my first day. That was my very first day of ocean rescue. Like within the first hour that happened.
How's it going, Colbert?
No problems yet.
And I was distracted. No, I wasn't distracted.
You'd have a pretty tough time trying to
Maybe I
make
was
it up this way.
distracted by the other lifeguard on the stand with me, talking, getting to know each other.
Yeah, Sloan, go ahead.
Which you're supposed to
Utility
do.
squad is here.
You check their IDs.
They're okay. Let them in. Lock the gate behind them. Right, sir. Right, boy.
Could have been Sears. Very well could have been.
You're clear.
That giant gun. They're all just.
They're
you know how to
serious now.
stop an astral strangler?
I'm not so sure we shouldn't get that girl out of here. Put on a plane to Europe or somewhere until we know what the hell this is all about.
I don't know. That wouldn't stop Sands from killing it. It's not Christina Hartman. It'll be some other lady.
How's Holt working out?
Not as bad as I thought. But he's not as good as he thinks he is. Hell, you know, I'll probably be working for him 5 years from now.
Okay, Chuck, you got the ball.
Great. Percy Rodriguez is really being seriously underutilized. I feel like he's just hanging out.
We're tied in for the 220 circuit in the utility room.
Is that enough?
More than enough the way we're wiring it. But he's got to make contact with the metal hand railing, Lieutenant.
Why don't you just wire the steps?
What? Have to cover them over with metal plates. That'd be pretty hard to hide.
All right, Russo, as soon as they get that switch wired, you stay within hand's reach. If I give you the word to hit it, you hit it no matter what, okay?
Okay.
Remember, if you see anything unusual or hear anything unusual, let me know.
Right.
Wow. See, that just sounds too 80s to me.
This movie's just ahead of its time.
What is that conch back there? Just, I don't know. Now he's clicking the pin. What is the pin? Yeah, what's with the pin clicking? I'm going to do a 10-minute YouTube video about what's with the pin clicking in the Astral Factor. Gonna go all in.
Sloan.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Listen, it's almost dark. Call Archer. I want him to take over your station. I want you here inside.
Okay, Lieutenant.
On the double, Sloan. Holt.
Sergeant Holt.
What?
Yeah, you can tell he just
Yes, sir.
had a big night at the disco.
Here. I'm going upstairs.
Catching some Z's. Sleep off the drugs in his system. So he's chewing gum all the time.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Alana. They had been around for a while. Should know that, being a casual Beach Boys fan.
Got all dressed up to have a little drinky with myself.
I told you to stay in your room with the doors locked.
When will you stop treating me like a child? I know what I'm doing, okay?
Yeah, you sure do. You're half smashed already.
Yes, sir. Warden, lieutenant. And pretty soon I'll be totally smashed. Your help.
Like hell you will.
Oh! That seemed like a real slap. He acted like it. Oh, fuck.
Listen, Chris, just try to lay off that damn stuff, will you? I need your help.
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
Damn, what a view.
Sorry. I guess I'm just a little scared, Lieutenant, scared.
Hey. Try Chuck, okay?
Okay.
Did you reach your
damn
husband?
it, Chuck.
Yes, in Rome. He'll be here in the morning.
That's bad?
I don't know. Hey, Chuck, may I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Do you think if I tried to be more like the girl he found in Green Valley, I could get him back? You know, a simple country girl in blue jeans and pigtails?
That's what you're worried about? Well, he must have wanted a country girl when he married you. It's worth a try.
I hope so. Because if that's what it takes, I'm sure gonna do it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take that son of a bitch for everything he's got. When I get through with him, he'll have to float alone to make a telephone call.
Yeah, Archer, what is it?
Sergeant Davis is here.
Tell her to come upstairs, through the patio entrance.
Oh, no.
Davis is your babysitter. You do whatever the hell she says. Understand?
Okay, Charlie.
Nice legs. Nice. This parrot just fucking
You too, Junior.
verbally harassed this cop. Dirty parrot. What? This does look like a bad porno. What's with these little seagull things, like in the... just all have ridiculous guns. Whatever guns they could find.
Oh, put a lid on that bird.
Oh, shove it up. Good night, sweetheart.
Nice. This guy reminds me of, he's like a coked up version of John Lithgow and Chekhov from Star Trek. That's who he looks like to me. Lulls you into a sense of...
Whoa, come on!
See, the 78, I don't know. 84, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, it sounds like we're about to go on a ride on the light cycle.
Oh, I thought that was an owl. Wait, is that an owl? Is it caught in the fence? Oh! Why? Why did the owl need to be caught in the fence like that?
Just a false alarm. It was only an...
Injured owl. It's alright, it'll die in a few minutes. We gotta figure out where this strangler's at.
The owl's working for the strangler.
Well?
Is he dead? Oh. Wait, what?
Russo, pull that switch. Get Archer in here and put in a call for an ambulance.
And then I started blasting.
Come on. Let's get Chris out of here. Terrace.
Damn. Wait, what? That look weird as hell.
Archer, stand by on the patio. Hold upstairs with Chris, and don't touch that railing.
Come on!
Oh, because of the railing, they electrified it. That was their plan, right?
So as long as the killer touches the railing.
Probably a bad time to point this out, but I just realized that in the top corner of of this angle, I've got Bela Lugosi right in my right corner, just bearing down on me. That's how the show should be. Yeah, seriously, I think the Rattlers got to everybody. Rattlers are strong stuff.
Just the wind.
Bring her out.
Roger?
Oh no, she's gonna grab the rail.
Roger? Roger, is that you?
Yes, Mother. I've come back. To see you. I am your son. You can't hide me anymore. And I want everyone to know that you are my mother.
Jesus Christ.
I never wanted to hurt you, Mama.
Did everybody
What?
else see that?
Is he dust? What happened?
He went back to his home in the astral plane.
Yeah, Alana. I have not even seen the Lawnmower Man, but I've seen enough stills from the Lawnmower Man.
Teddy bear.
Confirm. Yeah, it's a pretty bad movie from what I hear, Sears.
Roll the music.
That's it.
Yeah.
Y'all in the chat, y'all were, had a better ending than they had here, I think. Honest, to be completely honest with you. I'm digging this though. That was the Astral Factor. What do we think, Evan?
So it was a little slow.
Really?
I liked the effect of the invisible guy, just how
Mhm.
ridiculous it looked. The whole thing kind of felt like a TV movie.
Right. Yeah, oh god, yeah, it definitely did. It moved with the...
What was the runtime on that?
1 hour and 35 minutes.
Okay, so not like, long for this show, but not necessarily long as far as movies go.
No, but it feels like it goes on longer whenever you have a movie that is filling up that time with a lot of just people walking around. Well, what I'm most immediately reminded of is a movie that also featured Sue Lyon, that starred Sue Lyon, but she was featured here tonight, that we've seen on the show, End of the World. Because how much do you even remember from End of the World? Probably not a lot, right?
The only thing I remember from that is when it gets really crazy at the end with the aliens.
Yeah, like at least that got crazy at the end, and you see the entire Earth explode.
Yeah, it was a pretty exciting ending.
You can't beat that, but you don't have the
Earth is unexploded tonight.
The killer being destroyed that way was interesting, cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't covered well.
Right, yeah, I don't hate the concept of them, catching him in this Home Alone style trap, but it just didn't feel like a terribly satisfying ending.
It wasn't. And
it even so the whole time, all it was just the mother thing, right?
Yeah.
There was never any turns or developments after that.
Mm-mm.
So it's just a whole movie of a guy going around killing people.
Yeah, maybe we missed something in the beginning
it's very possible
about what his motivation was, but I don't really... I think that would have stood out to us, right? If we understood, this killer is going after these women for this reason, but I never got that spelled out. I don't know. It was an enjoyable movie, but much like End of the World, it felt like the first 10 minutes are interesting, and then the rest of it is just people walking around or doing things that are taking a long time, and we're not really getting any plot or any like it's not like they came up with interesting ways to catch the killer or stop the killer. It was, what they ultimately did was just kind of simple and kind of, let's shock him and shoot him to death. What is that?
Yeah, I will say I thought it had a pretty strong intro. The stuff in the jail, I mean, that was...
I think that's a perfect way to start your movie in an insane asylum and then show the powers of your antagonist. And yeah, that's the way to start. But they did not do that. Or, well, they started well, but they didn't end on that kind of a strong point. And good night, Wayne. Thank you for joining us tonight. Take it easy. And yeah, I mean, we are wrapping it up here. That was the Astral Factor, aka Invisible Strangler. And that did you know that was our 5th film of season 11?
Oh, gee.
Isn't that wild?
Jeez Louise, we're halfway done.
We are tonight. We're halfway through the season. Isn't that wild? We're it's good though, because we're getting to the halfway point at the perfect time, because it's going to be October next week and we're going to be officially into spooky season. So it's the perfect time to be halfway through the season, because now the rest of it, we're just really gonna spook it up. We've already offered some pretty good stuff in the month of September, don't get me wrong, but we're really gonna be giving the people what they want in the month of October, because that's when Scream Stream brings you Shocktober.
Oh, yeah.
Shocktober.
It's time. We're doing it again.
It's happening. We're excited for that. Yes, Shocktober.
Can I get up, boy?
Yes, you go. Wait. Where is it? Shift.
Shift all.
There it is. You got to what? I can give you as many as you want.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
My condolences.
I did. That's exactly what that is. Yeah, new Joe. Yes, so we are getting into the exciting second half of season 11. And of course, next week we're going to be bringing you something a little controversial is the word I'll use. So if we started a week late this season, and I'll just preface saying maybe things will change, but as of now, the plan next Friday is to watch the American edit of a very acclaimed 1931 film entitled Vampire by Carl Theodor Dreyer.
Okay.
An early vampire film. It's considered an art film. It's considered... This movie is really unique. And a lot of people don't know that there was an American edit of the film entitled Castle of Doom, which is what we are scheduled to watch next week. And Castle of Doom is, again, if you know anything about Vampire is just a dream-like story about a guy coming to a village that is being stalked by this vampire, and then he becomes a victim of the vampire. But I don't know. I'll be honest, I have a hard time making it all the way through the film. It's very I don't want to sound like any classic Hollywood storytelling is kind of where my head immediately is attuned to. So something that's more artistic and European it can be a little challenging for me to stay engaged. So this is the American edit that we're going to watch, and I'll let you know I'm going to try to restore it for Friday, because the only versions that exist are like, they're really bad copies. So what I'm going to try to do is to take the audio from the re-edit and then take clips from like the restored version and like re-edit them into it, so that it's like a restored version of this version. So I don't know how that'll go. I don't know if I'll actually have enough time to do that. I started, and it seems like it'll be easy enough, but I gotta do the whole thing. It's an hour-long movie, so I'm gonna cut it. Hopefully, at a certain point, most of the movie's the same, but it seems like it's drastically different. So we'll see. But the plan next Friday is to watch a restored version of Castle of Doom. So you can join us next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube for that. Of course, you can find it. So I've changed it. So I've changed all of our social pages to Stream Live. So you can find us on Twitch and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and TikTok, all at Stream Live. Although some of those don't have the E on the end. So it's spelled live, but just pretend like it's live. Okay. So, yeah. See, Sears, it's funny that you say that you feel like it's long, because it's only an hour-long movie, but it does feel, again, something about it, the European.
Just like tonight's movie.
Yeah. Well, tonight's movie really was long, and so that's what you get. So, thanks everybody so much for tuning in tonight. Sears, Kathy, Alana, Nice Fan, Wayne. I'm gonna make sure I don't merge anybody. I don't think so. Sweet Feet, Uncle Steve, anybody else that tuned in tonight and didn't chat, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. It was a blast. We appreciate it as always. Of course, if you want to catch up on any of our past episodes, you can find that on our YouTube page at Stream Live. You want to follow me or Evan on the socials, you can find me over on Twitter at Spakenstein, and Mr. Evan Sink is on Twitter and Instagram at Caligari Cursed. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
Yeah. First, don't forget Dogstar. If you don't.
Dogstar. Oh, I feel terrible. Thank you. See, my audience saves me every week. They say technical difficulties, forgetting people's names, whatever it is.
Yeah, Alana's been on the ball tonight.
Alana has, yes. So I got to go change Spakenstein, so I'll go take care of that. So. Anything else before we sign off tonight, Evan?
Yeah. Did you guys know that just over the course of this film, I've become a master of ESP? Yeah, that's right.
Would you like to display your abilities?
Yeah, I absolutely would. Observe as I astral project before your very eyes.
Oh, what is he? What is he gonna? He's gonna astral project. Oh my God! Whoa, Evan, you're invisible. How'd you do that? I think so. I don't see you, so it must have worked. Oh wait, no, he's like that one guy. He's just lurking in the bottom of the shot. Oh my God. Well, until next week. Come on, get yourself a little more suited up. Come on, just a little more.
What's up?
Put a little more there. Yeah, that's perfect. Or almost. Yeah, that'll work. Until next week. Sweet screams, everybody.
To all a good fright.